Good morning, YouTube. Well, I say morning. I just got up a little bit ago. Yeah, yeah, today's off to a big fail. First and foremost, it's New Year's Eve, Friday, Saturday, December. I'm sorry, it's Friday, Saturday. That's how coherent I am today. It's a Friday, December 31st, 2021, New Year's Eve, 5:19 p.m. And what does all that mean? Well, that means that I got up and out too late to accomplish almost anything that I need to accomplish today. By the way, I just got my 10% battery warning on my phone, on my iPhone. I woke up to the iPhone completely dead. Yeah, I still haven't resolved that issue of no charger in my room, and that often impacts me in a negative way, as it is doing right now. The other two are charged up at least. Still haven't done anything about the service on my first Obama phone. I probably am not going to be able to do that until Monday. I don't know. I should maybe try their automation and put a little money on it just to make sure I don't lose my damn phone number. Oh God, my head hurts. I got a freaking migraine. Don't have the option of staying in bed and just waiting for it to subside, however. So it's actually traffic on 46th Street. I'm going to assume that was fireworks. I saw somebody leave a comment. I don't know if it was Reddit or YouTube or where. I'm hoping that was fireworks. Saying that I can't remember if it was a guy or a woman that put I was wanting to say her or him, I can't remember, but whoever it was, they that a regular game with the roommate was after hearing a loud pop, is was to guess gunshot or fireworks. Yeah, got a feeling tonight there's going to be a whole lot of playing gunshot or fireworks a lot. Oh, so anyway, what was I saying? Five. It's after 5. It's after 5. So yeah, my hopes of losing a storage unit and the expense of a storage unit, that's all gone by the wayside. And ultimately I had nobody to blame but myself for this shit. I'm just so frustrated and upset with that. Now, granted, if I had a fucking working vehicle, it would have been a whole lot easier to handle this month. But yeah, Rob hasn't got the car done all fucking year, so that's where I'm at with that. Yeah. So, but part of the issue is that the homeless people are back in park. Good times. Oh God, coming home there was like a whole herd of them under the old dry cleaner drive-through. Towards the beginning of the shutdown, the dry cleaners at the end of the strip mall down the road, it shut down. And in the last, I don't know, I want to say 6 months, it's probably been longer than that, to be honest. But if you were to see it, it's the end of that building straight ahead. They had a little drive-through at the end that's covered. And that's just become a really popular hangout for homeless people, particularly late at night and in the morning. I mean, understandable. You got no home to go to. when it's a little wet, you're going to want to get out of rain. Oh, I wonder what the odds are that person's living in that RV. I'd say it's pretty high. Yeah, in fact, they're hanging out there tonight. See a couple people hanging out underneath that overhang. It's about 4. Focus. Cars blocking driveways. Sidewalks on the top. Sorry, I'm not focusing really well. I'm still really tired and groggy, and my head hurts. Yeah, so that's a place that they shelter, and I guess it's to be expected. I don't know, it's still kind of frustrating. Oh yeah, and it was on the way home yesterday. It wasn't like rainy, but it was coming down a little bit. Now, judging by how wet everything is right now, I would assume today was a pretty rainy day. I don't recall seeing rain on the forecast, but I don't recall really looking at the forecast a whole lot in the last couple of days. So. And God knows how forecasts can change. So. I should probably check and see which is going to come sooner, a northbound or a southbound 44. I think by now I'd know what time these buses are here, but I just haven't really got the hang of that. Yeah, it's kind of weird, like, speaking of that, before I got my CRX, I was carless for quite a while after my divorce. I had a couple time periods where I had vehicles. I had at one point my stepfather gave me this god-awful Buick. They ended up breaking down, and I was in no position to do anything about it, so I ended up abandoning it. And eventually that resulted in fines and fees that I had to pay. Like, you already took my vehicle, now you gotta take my money too? Thanks. Fuck you too, government. But anyway, there was also, I had an extended period of time where one of the guys that I was helping with his custody legal stuff, that was a big part of my life for several years. Okay, it's 5:27. Next northbound is 5:49. It's 12 minutes. Next southbound is 5:38. Honestly, I think I'd rather go via train. I don't feel like spending another 40 minutes sitting on Camelback wondering whether or not there's going to be a Route 50. Even though I think that one's supposed to run every 15 minutes. That's pretty much what yesterday was. Yeah, anyway, one of the guys that I helped with legal stuff after my divorce for quite some time, he loaned me a pickup truck. It wasn't a fancy pickup truck, but it was nice. It ran decent. You know, the funny thing is I don't remember exactly what it was. I want to say it was a Chevy S10, but I honest to God, like I just drove it and made sure it had oil and gas in it. He paid for the insurance on it. I can't for the life of me remember what. I don't know. I want to say Chevy S10. I guess it doesn't really matter at this point, but it's a small pickup truck. I think it was white. It had a camper shell on it, which was great because I mean basically that provided me with transportation for me and my daughter Allison, and also was a backup plan for shelter Thinking back about that truck, I even got lucky in that camper shell on a couple occasions. So there's that. The first time was a direct result of being a karaoke DJ. That's actually what I was running, was driving right when I started. I'm trying to think if he gave it to me before or after I started hosting karaoke. Because I didn't always have it. Like sometimes he'd need the truck back, but he'd always try to get it back to me as quickly as he could, because he knew I was kind of walking around on foot like I am now and not very functional without it. Anyway, that's not where I was going with all this. I'm just thinking I didn't have any vehicles, and I remembered I did have a couple of vehicles. One of them was something that somebody was kind enough to loan me. God, I wish I had somebody like that in my life right now. Just that, I think, would give me the jump start I need to maybe take care of my own damn vehicles. But anyway, although arguably I didn't handle the vehicle that my stepfather gave me very well. So it looks like there's people approaching us, but perhaps I'm going to wrap this up. But yeah, didn't succeed in taking care of my storage, or even making the phone call in time to prorate it during the month, next month. So, ouch, another $45. Stupid tax, poor tax, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's kind of so mad at myself for that. Oh, nice headlights, dude. You know, honestly, I did wake up a little bit before 5, and I thought about calling Beth and trying to do that, and I just played it in my head how that phone call would have went, and it sounded so frustrating to me. I decided against even trying to make the call. One thing that has become abundantly clear is that now when my daughter Lily's mother Elise was the manager there, and even before that, when her mother was the manager there, behind her was a giant map of a giant printed physical map of the property with all the numbers in it. And the way they kept track of, and this is before there was ever a computer in that building, the way they kept track of the status of every unit was colored push pins in the map. Which, you know, oh, you should use a computer. You know, I know from the way I've seen managers since computers have been in there struggle trying to figure out what's up with what unit and where they physically are located. That simple system of push pins in the map was a lot more functional. I mean, you know, when Elise was the manager there, she could look up as a glance, or me, even though I never was a manager, could look up that map and at a glance see how many units were available and, you know, available to rent, and you know, what size and roughly where they were. Well, exactly where they were on the property. You could also look and see how many were getting foreclosed on because they didn't pay the rent. Those were red push pins. I very distinctly remember that. Yeah, it was a pretty, another guy with no headlights. It was a pretty simple and sensible way to handle that. But the best thing about it was, I don't do well with remembering numbers. And for some reason, I seem to do pretty good at remembering bus route numbers, and I don't know why that is. And street numbers sometimes. In Phoenix, I kind of got a system in Phoenix. Although I have struggled with numbered streets in other cities. And it takes a while for that to my mind to wrap around those. I've often struggled with highway numbers. I mean, even Arizona highways that I've driven many, many times. I mean, I'm good with all the freeway numbers. I want to say I'm good with all the freeway numbers in Phoenix, but come to think of it, I can't say that about all the freeway numbers in Phoenix, because there's a new highway that goes off towards Queen Creek from Loop 202 in the Southeast Valley that is near, no, I forget where it is, but I can't remember the number on that one, and I've driven it several times. All right, here's my bus. I was going to say something about how I remember what my buses show up. Thanks for watching.